Well, a very pleasant good evening. It's time for Startup Talk right here on WPSL with Mr. Tom Kindred.
Thank you, sir, and welcome to another segment and installment of Startup Talk, the show designed to assist and help Treasure and Resource Coast residents who want to start, grow, or accelerate their business. And as I always say, what a great place it is to own and operate a business along the beautiful Research and Treasure Coast. We will spend time during our hour together tonight to highlight and create awareness regarding the very powerful and robust business assistance and support programs that exist right here in our community at our very own Indian River State College. I am Tom Kindred, and I serve as the Regional Director for the Small Business Development Center here at Indian River State College. As always, underwriters for this segment of Startup Talk are the law firm of Dean, Mead, Minton, and Zwimmer, celebrating 30 years of service on the Treasure Coast, on the web at deanmead.com, and our friends at Harbor Community Bank, banking the way it used to be. Are you looking for a better banking experience? At Harbor Community Bank, customers are the number one priority. Harbor Community Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC, and as always, our very good friends at Express Printing of Port St. Lucie. Greg, how are you this evening?
Doing well.
Greg?
Packing our boxes and getting ready for the move.
Yeah, where are y'all moving?
To Tuesday nights.
Oh,
Courtesy of the Miami Dolphins.
you had me a little concerned there. I didn't know if we were moving this studio someplace.
Well, we are. It's all going to start next week, next Tuesday.
Okay.
Startup Talk will be Tuesday nights for the next 4 weeks.
You better, if there's dead air next Tuesday night, somebody better call me. I may forget Tuesday night. That's right. I better set that in my alarm.
That's right, yeah. And, of course, the Miami Dolphins have got Thursday night games, the 10th, 17th, 24th, and August 31.
You think they're going to play? Are they going to have players to play? They have 2 injuries in 2 days.
Key players.
Yeah, key.
That's
key players.
That's a question mark. But anyway.
All right, Greg, I got so much news tonight. I got a lot of news. I got the studio is full. I don't know that we could fit another guest in here tonight. So we got a lot going on. So I'll get started here quickly. Let me start with a little news from Indian River State College. Just a reminder to everyone, Treasure Coast residents are invited to register for the fall semester at any Indian River State College campus by Monday, August the 14th to reserve the best selection of classes and avoid those late fees. Fall semester classes begin Wednesday, August the 23rd. IRSC offers over 100 programs from quick training, associate in arts degrees for university transfer, associate in science degrees for in-demand careers, to bachelor degree programs. 12 degrees, as we've talked, can be completed completely online. All kinds of campuses around the region: Fort Pierce, Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie, Okeechobee, Stewart.
And we've been to all of them.
And we have, yes, that's right. We've been to all of them.
Yeah, you bet.
You absolutely were correct. The college, IRSC, has been repeatedly ranked as the 3rd most affordable college in the country by the U.S. Department of Education, with tuition about 1/2 the cost of state universities and about 1/10 the cost of tuition at private institutes and universities. For more information, visit irsc.edu. You can email info@irsc.edu or call the 866-792-4772. So again, fall about ready to get underway at Indian River State College. So get in on your classes today.
You can get into Notre Dame for $80,000. If you want the meal plan, it's $90,000 a year.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Oh man.
So I guess I want to start tonight real quickly by thanking the Port St. Lucie Business Women's Association for having me in for lunch today and giving me the opportunity to speak to the group about the SBDC here at IRSC. And I got to tell you, that's an impressive group of business women down in Port St. Lucie. Large, active, engaged group of professional business women. So I really do appreciate that opportunity to speak and talk about our program. ran into a few familiar faces. City Commissioner Stephanie Morgan was in the group today. Kathy Post of Post Insurance. So a lot of familiar faces. But what a great group! Tonight, for us locals who have been around for more than a few years here in our community, the appearance of our business districts and what's going on in the business districts, downtown Fort Pierce, Lincoln Park area, Avenue D business corridor. These areas have improved dramatically over the last 5 to 10 years. When you drive around, you think about what's going on. Think about all the new facilities and the new amenities. I mean, the new marina downtown. City Hall and other businesses and the progress that's been made on the Lincoln Park Theater and that same renaissance is also taking place in the Lincoln Park area. And one of the primary reasons this is all happening is because of the dedication and innovative leadership of lots of folks at the city of Fort Pierce. The city commission, the mayor, but a lot of this innovative work, as I know, starts with the city staff. And I am pleased to have with us tonight one of those leaders within the city staff, Mrs. Libby Woodruff, the manager for Grants Administration Division. Welcome to the show, Libby.
Well, thank you, Tom, and thank you, Greg. I'm just really happy to be here, and thank you for the kudos.
You well deserved. We also have with us Mrs. Angela Brazil, founder of AABB, who is hosting the first annual, I believe, Treasure Coast Minority Business Expo. Welcome to the show, Angela.
Hi, happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
And I also want to welcome the Lourdes Campos, co-founder of the Hispanic Professional Network of the Treasure Coast. She's also working on the first annual Treasure Coast Minority Business Expo. Welcome, Lourdes.
Good evening, Treasure Coast. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for having us here tonight.
We'll run her across to La Gigante, across the hall. Sure.
You just don't know.
So this evening we're going to talk about some great things going on in the Lincoln Park area and a great event coming up on Friday, August the 11th and Saturday, August the 12th. But first, let me just start with a couple of things. Yesterday, I attended the annual meeting of the Treasure Coast Manufacturers Association held at the Pelican Yacht Club. About 150 people in the room. Of the 150 folks in the room, 60 were manufacturers. Again, impressive event, great turnout.
Was this another free lunch for you?
It was actually free breakfast. Free lunch was today with the Port St. Lucie Business Women's Association. That was free lunch. Treasure Coast Manufacturers Association, incredible event. Tammy from Center State Bank has done just an incredible job.
She's amazing.
Yeah, leading that group. And Jared Treefellner was there, and our own Dr. Massey was there and spoke and did an excellent job talking about the college's support for advanced manufacturing. But I will tell you, I admitted to Jill today, she was quite shocked, but I told Jill Marassa of the St. Lucie County EDC that I paid attention yesterday to the presentations, and a lot of big news out of the local EDC office. So let me just go over a couple of quick items here. Radical Cosmetics has purchased the old, now in my day, when I was growing up here, that was the old plastics plant. A lot of folks today know it as the Powell building. Right, but Radical Cosmetics has purchased the old Powell building down on Old Dixie Highway.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
You know the big white building you can
Yeah,
see as
yeah.
you go down on Old Dixie Highway. They'll be conducting some renovations and some updates on that building, and in the very near future, they will be producing high-end cosmetics in that building. The products that the company makes can be found in QVC and other major retail outlets. So, again, Radical Cosmetics, an advanced manufacturing company coming to the city of Fort Pierce in St. Lucie County. They are relocating from New Jersey.
More jobs.
That's right. Tattoo Yachts. We heard about Tattoo Yachts yesterday. Tattoo closed on a 22,000 square foot facility. They again, like Radical Cosmetics, will begin to make improvements and renovations on the building. and will begin production very soon. Tattoo Yachts basically builds trailable, power sail boats, aluminum trailers. The boats are easy to sail, easy to trail, and fast under power. So that's Tattoo Yachts coming to our area. So again, coming out of California. Our very own Maverick Boats, who's been here for a long time and a very important player within our manufacturing space. They are building a 106,000 square foot facility to expand their operations right here in Fort Pierce in St. Lucie County. So again, congratulations to Maverick on their expansion.
And Pursuit Yachts said they were expanding as well. So yeah,
it's again. So things are. It's obviously a good sign for the economy. Things are picking up, but it's a great sign for our region and for what's going on here in the city of Fort Pierce and St. Lucie County. And then finally, IVOX. That's IVOX. The business is inbound sales for national utility providers. They are located in St. Lucie West, right across the street from First Data Field, and they are looking to hire 80 folks today. So if you're interested in finding out about what's going on at IVOX, call our good friend Jill Marasa at the EDC. You can get her at JMarasa@youredc.com. So call Jill about IVOX and those 80 jobs. And as always, I won't go through them in detail tonight, but as always, we got lots going on at the CCTI and the college in terms of training. Social media classes coming up on August the 10th. Excellent business plan course on August the 16th at the Moorgate Library down in Stewart. We've got financial record keeping for small business coming up on August the 16th at the Lakewood Park Library. And we've got how to start a small business on August the 17th at the Indian River County Chamber of Commerce. And then finally, we've got business insurance for small business at the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce on August the 17th. As always, all of those workshops and seminars brought to you by the SBDC are always provided at no cost. We have a very powerful and robust partnership with the Treasure Coast SCORE. They provide all the instructors for our courses, so please take advantage of all that coming up. And again, as I always tell folks back when I was in business, and I told this to the Treasure Coast or the Port St. Lucie Business Women's Association today, I was in business for 25 years right here in this area, and let me tell you, every day was a battle. And I tell folks all the time, if I had taken the time to become engaged in and participate in the business assistance programs offered at Indian River State College, I am confident I could have been a better manager, owner, and operator. The college and our president, Dr. Massey, and the board of trustees have done an incredible job of building a very powerful one-stop shop for business assistance and support through the Dan K. Richardson Entrepreneurship Development Institute. The EDI, as we call it, is made up of the Small Business Development Center, the Incubation Program, and the Corporate and Community Training Institute. You can always get the latest information on all those classes and workshops I mentioned and more by visiting that IRSCBIZ.com. That's IRSCBiz.com. Check out the events calendar. So again, Greg, a lot going on, a lot happening. It was a very enthusiastic meeting yesterday. I think everybody kind of left kind of pumped up about what's going on in our region.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
And the biggest item, of course, where the real opportunity is all those folks that are in manufacturing need employees. And I cannot stress enough to folks out there that if you're looking for a career, looking to make a career change, looking to get involved in manufacturing, Indian River State College has that Fast Track to Manufacturing program, 6-week program. They're going to start, Joe Gorham, the gentleman who kind of leads that effort, is going to crank up another class in the end of August. So you could jump in that class and be ready to go get one of those jobs. All right?
That's great, yeah.
So with that, I will turn back to our guest this evening. We got a lot to talk about. I don't know whether Libby knows, but But I started my professional life. It seems like it was about 40 years ago now, a long time ago, as the first Main Street manager in the city of Fort Pierce. You were just probably a teenager then, Libby.
I wouldn't say that, Tom.
I think she was in elementary school.
You might have been in middle school. That's right. But I started as the first Main Street manager down in Fort Pierce, and I got to tell you, I just am. It makes a local proud to see what you and the city have done through the years, and how far we've come from our very modest beginnings. I tell folks my story when I held the first Friday Fest back in I think it was 87 maybe. It was my wife and my parents, and the band didn't show. So it was
Did you sing?
I had to do something because the band wasn't there, and there weren't a whole lot of folks, and so we did not have a rip-roaring success that first one, but we stuck to it, and things have come a long way. So anyway, again, I want to welcome Libby to the show. Welcome again, Libby, and
Thank you very much, Tom.
and Angela, welcome to the show, and Lourdes, welcome.
Thank you.
So, Libby, let's start with you. Kind of give us a little bit of background. What was your pathway into the city? How did you find your way to the city of Fort Pierce?
Oh, absolutely. Well, about a little over 6 years ago, but prior to that, my husband and I spent a lot of time in Florida, and we love the ocean, we love diving, we love nature. And he was getting ready to retire, actually, and a job opened with the city of Fort Pierce. And I was currently employed with a city in Texas, where I was a grant writer, project administrator, and here we are. So,
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you found your way here. Talk about your role with the city. Talk about what you do over there.
Yes, a little over 6 years ago, I came to work as the grant writer and project administrator for the Urban Redevelopment Department, and now over the last 5 years, I am now the manager of the Grants Administration Division. In that role, I am still a grant writer and project administrator for several of the larger projects that are going on with the city. But my department also handles all of the community development block grant funding, the state housing initiative partnership funding. So we have an opportunity to make a big difference in our historic communities. And with that, we also have more than 40 plus projects going on at this time.
Wow.
Greg, how much time do we have on the show? Is there enough time left? Because if we start now, it's going to take a
hour to kick off.
I don't know if we can cover all of Libby's and her department's accomplishments and
Wow.
projects they're working on, but we're going to give it a try. So let's kind of focus in. Of course, I consider myself a little bit of an expert on downtown Fort Pierce, but let's talk a little bit about the Lincoln Park Business District, and because that's that's kind of a new project up there, and there's some new things happening up there. Talk a little bit about the Lincoln Park Business District.
Okay, as many people know, the Lincoln Park commercial area has fallen to the wayside through the past years. At one time, it was a bustling, vital business district, and so through the years, we have seen where many of the flourishing businesses have moved out, and so it's left a lot of abandoned commercial structures and that types of things. And there's a food desert there at this time. So what we're doing now is we are working to bring it back. Nice.
And I know, having sort of been on the sidelines and been watching, and we've had conversations with the city and done some of the SBDC workshops and things. So I'm somewhat in touch with what's going on up there. But gosh, you guys have just been so innovative and aggressive with programs in that area. Take us through some of the programs. Commercial facade grants and first-time home buyer, and kind of take us through a few of the programs.
Well, over the past 5 years, we've made a concentrated effort to focus on the Lincoln Park historic neighborhood. In that, with our neighborhood revitalization process, we've replaced all the street signs with sort of a French Quarter looking design.
Right.
We've replaced all the street lights, and we've surrounded all the roped off all the palm trees with rope lighting. We've made some significant sidewalk improvements, entranceway signage, and that type of thing. We partner with, I'm just going to keep going here.
Yeah. You have an hour till kickoff. According to Greg, we have an hour till kickoff.
Okay. Well, I just want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have going on now. We partner with an organization called World Changers. They come to town each summer with lots of volunteers, youth from all over the nation, college students, to do outreach. So they were here the week of June 12th. They painted 6 homes in 5 days. The city sponsors them. We purchase the paint supplies. We give them a place to stay and make sure that they have comfortable accommodations. From that, we also have a program at the city called Paint Our Town. The city provides paint supplies, and that types of things, and we partner with several different nonprofit organizations that actually go out and meet some of our lower income citizens and senior citizens that would like to have their homes painted, and then they'll go out and paint their homes. Southern Eagle partnered with us on June 17th and painted 5 homes that day as part of their outreach.
So Peter Bush and his group from Southern Eagle
That's
came down.
correct.
Nice. Yep.
We currently, right now, we have 150 missionaries in town that are painting 5 homes this week.
Wow.
And there's nothing like having 2 or 3 homes in a neighborhood repainted, because it makes all the other residents step up.
Right.
You know, people start cleaning their yards and picking up things. We also partner with Fort Pierce Utilities Authority. We have a weatherization program where the city, from the general fund, contributes funding, and also we provide funding through our CDBG program to help some of our lower income or senior citizens weatherize their homes. And it could be everything from replacing water heaters, weather stripping, broken windows, replacing a refrigerator, those types of things, adding insulation. Right now, we also have a home purchase assistance program where we are providing up to $15,000 for down payment and closing cost. We have, to date, placed 8 new families in homes over the past about 3 to 4 months, I think.
Now is that a targeted?
No, sir.
It's not targeted to a geographic area.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It is income based,
Okay.
and there are some criteria. The funding comes from the state of Florida,
Okay.
from their SHIP program.
Right.
We also provide a home rehabilitation, rehabilitations. That opportunity is not open right now. We're hoping to be able to open it again in September or October. We're currently rehabbing 8 homes within the city. We just finished awarding 13 grants for public service organizations who will serve approximately 3,000 citizens this summer, with everything from after-school programs, feeding programs. Learn to Read of St. Lucie County received one of the grants. So this is a very good program. Tomorrow is the last day of our 3rd annual Summer Jam basketball camp. This is a free 5-day-a-week, 8 hours a day, 8-week summer camp where we have 50 youth a day. We also created 8 summer jobs. This is a partnership with Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County, where we received a grant to help cover the payroll, and we partner with TC Food Bank, the Treasure Coast Food Bank, who provides breakfast and lunch, and we provide the snacks. The children, one of the hardest things for kids in the summertime is they lose their reading comprehensive skills, and so we make sure they get to go to the library, and they write plays, and they get to do different types of things to maintain their reading skills. We also partner with Career Source, Research Coast, and Indian River State College to promote Career Source's free tuition for job training certificates. And as you said, Joe helps us a lot with that, with the fast track manufacturing. He comes out during our summer camp program and promotes this to the attendees, parents and guardians that are either unemployed or underemployed. Let's see what else here. This year, January 25th of 2018 will be our third annual job fair. This is a partnership with Career Source Research.
Where do you do
Coast.
the job fair?
It will be at the Percy Peak Gymnasium at the corner of Avenue D and 29th Street. Last year, we had over 60 employers there.
Wow.
Actually, you can't participate unless you have job openings. So. We also have, we just finished a program, a 2-year outreach for small businesses where we provided quarterly workshops. We partnered with SCORE for that. And for small businesses that attended 2 of the workshops, they could apply for a small business grant. We provided 34 $3,000 grants over a 2-year period.
Wow.
And it's been phenomenal. I can tell you that we have seen, we've watched the purchase of everything from barber chairs to advertising to new signage. It's really gone over
What
very
a great
well.
program, yes.
Currently, right now, we also have open our commercial facade grant program. We have target areas for that this year, which is Orange Avenue from Highway 1 west through 25th Street, and Avenue D from Highway 1 west through 25th, and all of the other commercially zoned areas in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. I can give you some contact information on that. This grant application is posted on the city website. But what happens is, for anyone that's interested, it's a 1-to-1 match up to $5,000, and it's for exterior improvements to commercial property.
Wow.
Okay.
We had something like that back when I was with Main Street. We had a little facade grant program where we incented people to paint the building and
Absolutely.
put up an awning.
And
nice.
it does, and it triggers additional improvements for other property owners that don't receive the grant.
Sure.
I just can't believe there's so much going on.
Oh, great.
It's
we're only halfway
I'm
through.
just started.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I know.
We also are working just feverishly to promote our cultural heritage tourism in Fort Pierce. Cultural heritage tourism is the fastest growing tourism in the world. This February 17th of 2018 will be our third annual Highwayman Heritage Trail Art Show and Festival. The festival will always be the third Saturday of every February. This is a collaboration with the A.E. Backus Museum and Gallery, and this started with 2 grants from the Florida Humanities Council several years ago. We created the Highwayman Heritage Trail to commemorate our Highwayman artists. It's 26 of the original Highwayman artists that were inducted into the Florida Artist Hall of Fame in 2004. And so this festival and art show is a way to commemorate them. We have guided trail tours. Many of the living original artists are on hand with their art to show and sell. The Jazz and Blues Society plays all day long. And then we have many of our second generation Highwayman artists will also be there. We're also collaborating with Eatonville, Florida to promote our Zora Neale Hurston Dust Tracks Heritage Trail. We're very proud of this trail, and we have several of Zora's. We have her home site, we have her grave site, we have an incredible exhibit at the former welfare home where she died in her honor. But we just got through with guided trail tours for 80 school teachers from the city of Miami.
Well, I got to tell you, I try to eat lunch on a regular basis on Fridays at Granny's Kitchen.
Yes.
Because ever since my grandmother passed away, I can't get smothered steak anyplace. So it's the only place I can get it. So I eat lunch Fridays, and sure enough, this beautiful Mears bus pulls up, and all these folks get out of the bus, and they come into Granny's Kitchen, and it was your
One of my
tour.
tours,
It
yes.
was the humanities tour.
Yes, it was.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, like you said, that bus was full.
Yes, Yes, that
Yeah.
was one of two that we've had this past month.
Wow.
We are working on a mural project right now where we will be promoting arts and cultural heritage and our aqua, agri, and ecotourism within the city of Fort Pierce. We have 2 buildings already identified where the property owners have agreed to allow us to just have some beautiful murals placed on the properties.
Nice.
And we're hopeful that we end up having a mural trail right here in Fort Pierce. We just completed the Arts and Culture Master Plan for the city of Fort Pierce. And what this does is it lays the groundwork to create a 10-year arts and cultural strategic plan. This master plan will also open the door for the city to be able to apply for many grants to help promote our local arts and cultural heritage. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, well, you're almost finished. I'm gonna get you to the end, and then we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna let you catch your breath.
Okay. 5 years ago, we started the Fort Pierce Tours program, and this is a result of several of our small businesses that provide tourism. Tour boat rides, horseback rides, different things like that. We're coming to the city and asking for help. Can you help us? Can you help us? We're struggling.
Right.
And so we started the FortPierceTours.com. That's what we're calling it now, program. And right now we have close to 50 members. It's small businesses that either are tourism related or benefit from having visitors to the area, whether they're restaurants, hotels, and that type of thing. What you get with the FortPierceTours.com membership's free. We have a promotional booth that we go to numerous events across the Treasure Coast. We do brochure distribution for all the way through Orlando, and RV parks, motels, hotels, restaurants from Orlando all the way to Jupiter. We run in 2 TV commercials on Comcast, AT&T, DirecTV from November to April. We have billboards, display ads, and we partner with the St. Lucie County Tourism Development Council to do full-page advertisements in the Smithsonian Florida edition, National Geographic Florida edition, Birdwatchers Digest, and fishing magazines up and down the East Coast and in England and France.
And radio?
Oh.
Okay.
And you say you have 50 businesses that are part of your
Yes.
FortPierceTours.com. That's a lot of businesses.
Go to the FortPierceTours.com website, and just about any fun thing you want to do in Fort Pierce, you can find it on that site.
That's cool.
How many
That's
hits are you
great.
getting on that site? Is
I haven't looked lately.
okay?
Okay.
But pretty active, I'm assuming. I mean,
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're also, this past year, we're focusing some on our parks. We added new playground equipment to Maravella Park. And just recently, we did new lighting and track resurfacing at Dan McCarty Track, and I know that's a very popular place for
Yeah.
a lot of people. As a grant writer, and this doesn't really have that much to do with the Lincoln Park neighborhood improvements, but we did recently receive the matching grant to construct the floating dinghy docks at the city marina, and that's in high demand for a lot of our sailboat users that come in, and they have to, they cast their anchor out
Right.
into
They
the
kind
river.
of moor out in the river. And,
Exactly, and it will be constructed at the old water intake place right down by the Manatee Center,
Right.
so they can just come
Kinda
right in
with their dinghies.
with their dinghy and go downtown
Nice.
and enjoy the Sunrise Theater and shopping and everything.
Okay, so
That's
go.
amazing.
Take that deep breath, Libby. Wow. Again, Greg, when I kind of went over this and looked at what was going on, and you again, I eat lunch periodically at Granny's, so I kind of see what's going on. But when I saw the list, it just was so impressive. I said, Libby, you've got to come talk about what all the things that are going on in the Lincoln Park and downtown Fort Pierce area. So impressive, Libby. I mean, you've that's a lot of grant writing. That's impressive.
A lot of great partnerships and collaborations.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think what we'll do is we'll let Libby take a quick breather before we go back. You are listening to Startup Talk from the Dan K. Richardson Entrepreneurship Development Center here at Indian River State College.
And Startup Talk is being underwritten by the law firm of Dean, Mead, Minton, and Zwimmer, celebrating 30 years of service on the Treasure Coast. Practice areas include commercial litigation, tax and business law, real estate, development, agricultural and water law, trust, probate, and estate planning. On the web, deanmead.com. And by Harbor Community Bank, banking the way it used to be. Are you looking for a better banking experience? Harbor Community Bank. Our customers' needs are our top priority. Whether you're looking to finance a dream home or open a small business line of credit or send your first child off to college, Harbor Community Bank is ready to assist you every step of the way. Why wait? Discover the community banking difference. Stop by your local branch and speak to a customer service rep or a loan officer today. Harbor Community Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And again, you are listening to Startup Talk from Indian River State College's Dan K. Richardson Entrepreneurship Development Institute. I'm Tom Kindred, Regional Director for the Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. We are talking this evening with Libby Woodruff, the grants administrator for the City of Fort Pierce. We've got in the studio with us also Mrs. Angela Brazil. Welcome again to the show, Angela.
Thanks for having us.
And we've also got in the studio with us Mrs. Lourdes Campo.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us, Tom.
So, again, Libby, impressive list of things you've got going on around the Lincoln Park Business District and in downtown Fort Pierce, too. You know, how important is it that a city and a municipality really stands by these older, historical business districts? I mean, might it be easy to say, let's go to the beach. That's the place we need to go. Why worry about the inland, areas? How important is it that we stand by these areas?
Well, I think it's critical that we stand by these areas and we see the rebirth of our Lincoln Park neighborhood. So much of the history of Fort Pierce was birthed right there in Lincoln Park. So we owe it to our citizens to do the very best we can to revitalize that beautiful historic area.
Right. And, in my time with the Main Street program, I learned and found a great appreciation for the importance of preserving historic structures. So often I think it's easy for a community to say, let's get something new and modern. The malls, the strip centers, but really the character is of a community really is in its historic downtown areas, and we've got some beautiful. Look at Old City Hall. What a beautiful facility that is. The Butterfield Drugs building, the East Coast Lumber building, we've the P.P. Cobb building. I mean, really, that's really in the Lincoln Park Theater. I noticed the other day when I was down the other day, they've even done some additional work to the Lincoln Park Theater now.
Yes,
so
they have.
Can you update us on that? What's the latest there?
Yes, I guess year before last, the Lincoln Theater is owned by the Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Committee, and they received a Senate appropriation, a legislature appropriation from the state of Florida to update the facade of the building. Right. Most recently, the city manager of the city of Fort Pierce and myself and the city clerk met with the committee to discuss potentially forming a public-private partnership so that they would become more eligible for grant awards to renovate the inside of the building.
Well, there's no doubt it looks much better today, and I'm assuming, I think they had put a roof on and
Yes.
gotten things kind of dried in and secured. So the building's in a secure position, I guess, now.
Absolutely.
So looking now to move on to renovations inside the building, that's just going to be great when that's done. And I loved. I went down a year or so ago. I loved the event that you guys were doing. It was called Jazz on Morris Creek or something.
That's a quarterly event. Yes.
That's still going on.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yes,
what a great event there on Morris Creek and the rehab of that bridge. I mean,
Yes.
beautiful.
Well, Morris Creek Linear Park, and it's a beautiful, beautiful project, and it's all walkable, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, so you guys really have done a great job over there. Now, again, as with everything that we do, we redo all this, but we got to let people know what's going on.
Absolutely.
And we got to so we've kind of dressed things up, but we got to go now, kind of dive in and help these businesses like Granny's Kitchen and those businesses that exist. So I think you worked your magic with some grant money. I think from you can tell us maybe it was Visit Florida, but the city of Fort Pierce, along with Angela and Lourdes, you guys have launched what you're calling the Treasure Coast Minority Business Expo. So talk a little bit about the event that's coming up in August.
That's correct, Tom. And actually, this is the first annual Treasure Coast Minority Business Expo.
Okay.
Visit Florida had a grant opportunity open called the Minority Convention Grant Program. And so we reached out and applied for that grant, and we received $20,000. And so the city has partnered with Miss Angela Brazil, who has taken the lead on the coordination of the event and is doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the kind of the flyer. I mean, it's a big event, Angela. And here comes your time. You're going to have to tell me. Talk to me a little bit about this event.
She's
Angela.
been a leader for a long time,
Well, the event is going to happen August 11th and 12th at the Harvard L. Finn Center on 2000 Virginia Avenue in Fort Pierce. We have life and business coaches from California, from South Carolina, from Atlanta, locally. They're going to be imparting into business owners' lives about every phase of being in the business industry. And all these life and business sessions are free to attend. You just have to RSVP to attend. And we're having a kickoff party on Friday night. We have kind of like the local love. We have local artists who are from gospel, R&B, jazz, reggae that are going to be, and we have national touring comedians that are local in this marketplace that are going to be performing and entertaining as the vendors prepare for Saturday's event.
Okay, so everything kind of kicks off, I guess, on Friday evening from 5 to 9.
5 to 9.
You've got music. You've got some comedy.
Mm-hmm.
No real serious talks or anything Friday night. It's more of a
just a fun
kickoff party.
Kickoff party. Get ready for the serious part on Saturday.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Meet your vendors. Yeah, meet your vendors type of thing like that. The vendors the exhibit hall will be open on Friday as well. As far as that type of thing like that to set up. So.
All right, and then you move into Saturday, August the 12th, and then it's kind of a full day, 10 to 5.
Yes.
And it's going to go. You've got a very organized agenda of different speakers all day. Folks can pick and choose kind of where they want to go on the topics.
Yes. We have the St. Lucie County Economic Development Council is going to be there. Of course, SBDC is going to be there.
Of course, I'll be there. I think there's food.
Yeah.
You knew Tom would be there if there was food.
Right. I think there's breakfast and lunch. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we have different, from the Parent Academy. HPN is going to be doing some things on the main stage. We have different people performing. We have some exercise people that's, every phase of being in the business is going to be, and one of the young ladies is coming in from Atlanta, and she's in the bestseller, Amazon bestseller right now. And, she's originally from this marketplace. And then we have a few people that are originally from this marketplace that have traveled all over the world promoting and motivating other people, and they're coming back home to
kind of share their experiences and knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Talk to us a little bit, Lourdes. Why don't you talk to us a little bit? You are the co-founder of the, Hispanic.
I am the co-founder of the Hispanic Professional Network of the Treasure Coast. We are the first ever. And I have the actual founder is Emma Liskini. She was not here with us tonight. But we are a non-for-profit organization, all-inclusive networking group that embraces the multilingual communities, and we're trying just to get everybody together and get different businesses, and let's be diversified. We need to get everybody together. And Angela here approached me with this great desire that she had, along with Libby's grant, to get something. Let's put it together. She approached me, and we said, "This is a great idea. Let's merge it." And here we are, proud to
Nice.
announce it.
Now, so Angela, what was kind of the start of all this? You got the grant, but how did you what was your thoughts on the whole Treasure Coast Minority Business Expo? Why'd you go that route?
Well, about 3 years ago, when I opened up AABB, I had a bucket list of things that I wanted to do in the marketplace. I've been in corporate America in this market since 1987, and there was really no coming together of minority business, i.e. black-owned businesses in the marketplace. And so when Miss Libby approached me about there was an opportunity for a grant, I was like, okay, this could be my chance to make this, happen and things of that nature. And Fort Pierce City, came on board and kind of ran with it, and I had to catch up with them, and make it happen because and then I just made a few phone calls, called in a few favors, and just started, putting it together, and that's how it came about.
Well, you've done a great job. When I look at the agenda and I look at the lineup of speakers, Libby, was this a multi-year grant, or was it you think we're going to get it next year? Or
We're certainly going to apply for it again next year. The way that we've set up our CDBG program for our 2017-2018 program year, there will be funding allocated for this event next year, so that we're really looking forward to that.
Okay. Again, a nice event to bring everyone together, and again, not just really for minorities. I mean, any business. I think that's a good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We did apply for the funding through the Minority Convention Grant Program with Visit Florida. However, we are reaching out to all small business owners, anyone that is an entrepreneur that's looking at, considering opening a new business on the Treasure Coast, hopefully in Fort Pierce. We would just love for you to come out and enjoy this free event.
Yeah, I realize, Libby, you're kind of focused on the grants and the grants administration and writing the grants, but kind of give us a sense of what is the opportunity within the city of Fort Pierce to open a small business. I'm assuming the city's pretty friendly to work with. Got an easy pathway, get licenses and that kind of thing. How familiar are you with the process of getting a business started in Fort Pierce?
Well, I serve on the Economic Development Committee for the city of Fort Pierce, and so I can tell you firsthand that we have done many things to streamline the process for opening a new business in the city, including permitting and different things like that. And so, we welcome all new businesses, all new business startups, relocations. We welcome you to come.
How about space availability? I mean, downtown Fort Pierce, back in my day when I was the Main Street manager, we had lots of space, but that's changed. There's people have rented space and opened businesses, and the Lincoln Park area. Is there space available? Can someone open a small retail operation?
Absolutely, and along the Orange Avenue corridor from Highway 1 West. We have this. Our city commission recently named that the Peacock Arts District, and so we will be working on that soon.
Right.
We are going to be lighting that up and bringing in all kinds of different types of decorations and things to promote that area, and hopefully that will help to rejuvenate that corridor.
Yeah, that's a great point, Libby. Too. That Orange Avenue corridor into downtown. So the city does have some plans
Absolutely.
there to dress up the entranceway, because that's
Yes.
the main thoroughfare into downtown.
Yes.
And I know you've got some new property owners downtown that have bought pretty sizable chunk of property. So I'm sure that kind of helps a little bit when you're only dealing with one or two versus dealing with multiple folks. And do you find that these new property owners are they kind of getting on the same page with the city? Are they kind of in tune with what you guys want to get done?
Oh, I believe so, and I think it's very positive partnerships. I really do.
Okay. Well, listen, this has been a real eye-opener and informative show with all that's going on in the city. Greg, do you know about any of this?
No.
See,
I can't believe all these grants that are out there, and that they've done a great job.
I know.
Wow. That's
So,
amazing.
Angela, we're going to kind of let you close this thing up now. Give us your best entrepreneurial pitch
Pitch panel
That's
is
right.
open.
for the Treasure Coast Minority Business Expo. Why am I coming Saturday? Why am I going to be there?
Well, coming to be empowered, to be inspired, to be engaged in what's happening in the community, as well as making yourself more open to, offer your goods and services in the community. If you want more information, reach out to us at info at aabbtreasurecoast.com. And, we send you out the information. Like Ms. Libby said, it's open to all types of businesses. Don't let the word minority deter you from coming and getting imparted some good information that's going to be happening on next weekend.
All right, Lourdes, I apologize. I'm going to give you the last word. So
All
you're,
right.
You're in charge of marketing for this event. So
Absolutely.
why am I coming?
You're coming to this event because whether you're a business owner or you're just coming to visit, you need to participate in this program. The different things that we're offering, you're not going to get that anywhere. It's free admission. And as a business owner, you want to take this opportunity, secure your 2-day event. Okay, at that pricing, introduce yourself to the community. Get out there, Fort Pierce, get to know us. Let everybody know that you exist, and this is how you do it.
Okay. Libby, thank you so much for your dedication and your work, and you're buried in the details in all those grants, and you've done it. And I mean, look at what you've done with just this event alone. I mean, we appreciate your dedication and work.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the city of Fort Pierce, though, I want to thank you all for inviting us to come out and present this incredible opportunity.
Well, we appreciate what you guys are doing in Lincoln Park and in downtown. And I want to thank everyone for tuning into another segment of Startup Talk. Thank our guests tonight, Libby, Angela, and Lourdes. And remind everyone that all the business assistance programs discussed tonight are available through Indian River State College's Dan K. Richardson Entrepreneurship Development Institute. I want to thank our partners here at WPSL, WSTU, WPSL TV. Thank our underwriters, Dean Mead, Minton and Swimmer, and Harbor Community Bank, and Express Printing of Port St. Lucie. And with that, we'll talk to you next week on Startup Talk.
And don't forget, for the month of August, it'll be Startup Talk Tuesday evenings, beginning next week, here on WPSL, Port St. Lucie, WSTU, Stewart, and WQCS, Fort Pierce.